Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to film for you my bi-weekly makeup basket. It is getting a little bit cloudy and darker out here. I just got back from a little trip to the beach with my husband this weekend, so I didn't get to get this video filmed ahead of time. Should have been posting today on Sunday, but may not get posted until Monday morning. I did just post the intro to my new project pan with 6 beautiful ladies here on YouTube. That project is called Burnin' Through Products, and I'm going to have that link down below. Please check out the ladies that are in that collab as well as my video, and thumbs up if you like the video. And so I'm going to go ahead and get into the products that I'm going to use in the next 2 weeks. I can't believe once again that it's already been 2 weeks with the products that I had. And last basket I had a theme to use all of my MAC pigments that I have. And I got through a good number of them, but I do have quite a few that I didn't use, which I didn't realize until I was going through them. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what my new goal is going to be as far as eyeshadows go for this next basket. But I wanted to start off with a new little product that I am using today for the first time, and I just wanted to probably use and finish in this week. And this is the little sample of Too Faced Hangover RX that I have. I really enjoyed this today, and I want to see how much I like it throughout the week. I know a lot of people have used this and really enjoyed it, but haven't enjoyed it enough to repurchase. So I kind of wanted to see what my opinion would be on this, and so far I like it, but I can't make a determination yet on how I really feel about it. So I will give you an update on my next basket. As far as face products go, I pulled quite a bit for the next 2 weeks. I really started thinking about the things that I really like to wear in the fall time. We start to get into those darker colors, but I do have a few brighter colors that I picked as well for the next 2 weeks. So when I think of the fall time and blushes and things that I like to use in the fall, the first thing that comes to mind is this MAC blush, and this is in Animal Instincts. And I really love this blush. It's a frost finish, I believe, yes, and it's like a really deep burgundy kind of color, and it doesn't go on super strong on your cheeks. It's a beautiful shade, and I just feel like it gives me a really nice, just in from the cold, kind of darker flush to my cheeks. And I really love this product. And along with that, I had in mind this blush from MAC, and this is in Pink Cult. And I don't think that this was one of the ones that they re-released for permanent collection, but I haven't used this at all, and it's really like a dusty pink kind of color, and I just thought that this would be really nice for the fall time. So you could see there, and it really does come out like a really light dusty pink on the cheeks. So I wanted to give that a shot for the next 2 weeks. But I also wanted to, why did I just sound British? I wanted to pull this blush. And this is MAC Just a Wisp Mineralized Blush. And this is a super light pink, but it looks really gorgeous on the cheeks. It just looks very ethereal and just gives you a really nice angelic kind of look to the face, and I just wanted to pull it for the next 2 weeks. I just have been wanting to pull it, and I haven't pulled it out, so I went ahead and pulled it for the next 2 weeks. I'm running out of swatching space here. The next blush that I wanted to pull and just see how I liked it, because I haven't used it, and this is MAC's Sweet as Cocoa. And this is a really dark kind of browny color. And I thought maybe I could use this as a bronzer if all else fails, which is probably what's going to happen. But I thought that maybe it would look really nice on the cheeks. I think somebody mentioned this one time in a video, and I just really wanted to try it out. So I think that that would look really nice. Blend it out on the cheeks really, really lightly. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a shot for the next 2 weeks. And the last MAC blush that I pulled for the next 2 weeks is actually, it's a matte blush and it's called Harmony, but I don't want to use this as a blush. What I was using this for in the past is a contour. As you can see, it's got a nice, really cool tone kind of color to it, and it looks really, really nice as a contour. So I wanted to, it's almost got like a rosy undertone to it as well. So I wanted to pull that for a contour. Of course, I am still going to be using my Wet n Wild contour palettes. I'm not showing them here, but I have absolutely fallen in love with those, particularly the Caramel Toffee shade. So I'm just going to use this, you know, just to see if I still love this, because I know that I really used to love this for a contour shade. A bronzer that I'm going to replace my Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light. I'm going to replace that with this Smashbox bronzer, and this is in Suntan Matte. And of course that other bronzer is very shimmery, and this is a very matte bronzer. But this is what this looks like. It is super soft. This also has, it's weird because if I look at it, I can see the warmness to it, but I can also see a cooler tone to it as well. So that is Suntan Matte right there. And that is it for blush and bronzer products that are not in palettes. I do have 2 palettes here. This is the Hourglass blush palette, and I haven't used this since I got it when it first came out, but I really wanted to try and use this Mood Exposure. I'm not going to swatch any of these because a lot of people have these in their collection. It's been swatched all over. So this is Mood Exposure, and I would like to get some use out of that, but I have some brighter options as well in this palette, so that's what I really like about this. And I also have the Tarte Holiday Blush Palette, and this is the Color Wheel palette. And so this is what this looks like here. Sorry, it's really shiny. But what I really, really like about this is that you have these shades up top, which are really bright shades, if you could see that, and this is a highlighter shade, and then you have these shades down here which you can see are darker, and then this shade right here is a highlight shade in this, and this is almost like a bronzer kind of color. Really, really pretty, and I'm wearing this today, and I wanted to play around with that for the next 2 weeks. And then also, I didn't show you, this kind of comes before all of that, but this is a new loose powder that is in my new project that I'm using, and this is the Emotional Brilliance powder from Lush, and this is just an absolutely beautiful powder that I'm using to set my primer before I go in with my foundations. So really, really enjoying this. I wanted to mention that. And now we can get into eye products. So I mentioned that I wanted to use pigments that I hadn't used in the last 2 weeks, and so I'll just go ahead and show you. I haven't used these 2 stacks that I had in the last basket. This is the Spicy Smoke stack, and then this is the I guess the Pearl stack. So those 2 I'm going to be using. I didn't use the Ever So Yellow, which is probably not a surprise, but I'm going to try and use this in the next 2 weeks. This is the pigment in Naked. I want to use this for sure as like a lid shade. And then I have 4 of these little minis that I didn't use. I'm not sure how I'm going to pull off using this deep brown. I'm not so sure about it as a pigment, a shade like this, but we'll see. This is the pigment in Whisper Pink. This is the pigment in Rose. And then this is the pigment in Heritage Rouge, which should be easier going into the fall time, this kind of color. And so what I really wanted to do, aside from using those in the next basket, is I really wanted to focus on hitting pan for more eyeshadows this year. So I'm up to 17. I've hit pan on 17 eyeshadows this year. And one of the palettes that I have been using here and there, I've noticed I've got some shades that are really close to hitting pan, and they're really soft shadows. So I wanted to see if I could use this for an entire 2 weeks and base all of my eye looks around this palette the same way I kind of based my eye looks around my pigments and my Pan That Palette palettes, which I should have brought out my Wet n Wild palette for you guys to show you, but I did hit pan on one of those shadows and I really expanded the pan on another one of those shadows, so that really worked out for me doing it that way. I used a lot of my pigments, and I also got some good progress on both of my Pan That Palette palettes. So like I said, I think that format will work really well for me, and that's why I want to try and use my Lorac Pro Mega Pro palette for the next 2 weeks. So I'll go ahead and show you. I have already hit pan on 2 shades, Cream and Khaki, in this palette, and I'm really close on Brown, and I think I could even hit pan on Wisteria. And then I think these shimmery shades are really soft and powdery, so I can probably hit pan on this Cashmere. That's pretty close, and I just think that I could really make some good progress in the next 2 weeks on these shadows. So I wanted to go ahead and try and base all of my eye looks around this palette. Some of those pigments, if not all of them, because I didn't use them in the last basket, so I do want to try and do that as well. I will still use my Pan That Palette palettes as well, but like I said, the star of the show is going to be the Mega Pro palette, and also because it is one of my goals for the 2016 makeup use up to use up this shadow in Beaches and Cream by Makeup Geek. I wanted to try and focus on this as a transition shade for the next 2 weeks and see how much progress I can get on this. I'm pretty sure I won't finish this in 2 weeks, but it is very soft and very powdery, so it kicks up a lot of product. It does waste a lot of product, so I wouldn't be surprised if I could almost complete this as long as I use it in every single one of my eye looks for the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And just one more little palette that I wanted to kind of play around with if I get a chance. This is the Milani Everyday Eyes in 02 Bare Necessities. So I just wanted to give this a shot and just play around with that a little bit. So along with my eye products for the week, I have chosen some bases that I think will go along really well. Some cream shadow sticks, obviously, because I don't get much use out of these. So I picked Strawberry Milk for a little bit more of a pink eye look. I picked Yogurt, which is a little more of a like a champagne pink. This is really pretty. I picked, these are both NYX jumbo pencils. This is a Milani Shadow Eyes in the color Sand Dunes, and this has some glitter in it. So I did use this on my bottom lash line one day, and I was a little worried just because of the glitter in it, but it was okay. This is the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Lavender, and this has more of like a purple shade to it. This is a really beautiful one from Milani, and this is in Champagne Toast, and I think people will probably be familiar with this. You can see I've, worn that down quite a bit. And then the last one that I've actually been using quite a bit in the last 2 weeks, I pulled these out during the last basket to kind of pair with my pigments. I didn't really use them that much. I did use one Essence one that I've already decided to declutter because it swatches beautifully on my hand, but I'm really dragging it across the eye to use it. I kind of feel the same about this one, but I wanted to give it another chance. This is the Rimmel Scandalize in the color Bluffing 011, and this is a really beautiful brown taupe shade, but I find that it doesn't give me the same payoff on my eyelids that it does when I swatch it on my hand. This really reminds me of Rosy Taupe from Mally, which is a shadow stick that I actually finished up. So I was really excited to discover that this was so close to that. And don't get me wrong, I've come up, and that's the reason why I love this and I want to keep using it. I've come up with some really beautiful eye looks combining this. I'm wearing this under Opal from the Lorac Mega Pro right now. So I really, really enjoy the looks, but I'm going to try and do this on my eyelid without already having a primer on my lid. I'm wondering if the presence of a primer between my skin and this is giving me a little bit of a weird application. So I'm going to see how this does without a primer, but either way I still love it, so going to go ahead and keep using that. And so that's it as far as eye products go, and I'm going to go ahead and just go through some lip products that I want to use in the next 2 weeks, in addition to products that I'm trying to work on for projects, which I absolutely suck at. So I figure why not have a little bit of fun here and there with my lip products. So one of the first ones, as well as the second one here that I want to mention, is the ones that I mentioned in my last makeup basket, and this is Revlon Matte Balm in the shade Fierce, and I didn't really get to wear this in the last 2 weeks, or I didn't choose to wear this in the last 2 weeks, so I wanted to go ahead and have another go at this because I'm really enjoying like the matte long wear kind of product on my lips. Another one that I'm wearing today, so I wanted to go ahead and pull this and use that. And also this MAC lipstick shade in the color Lap, L-L-A-P, and I realized I didn't show you guys this. I was wearing it in the last video, but as you can see, it's like a frosty rose gold, and that's exactly what this is. This is a frost lipstick. I wanted to go ahead and pull this again because I only wore this once in the last 2 weeks and I really enjoy it, so I want to wear that. One more dark shade that is kind of like a, I just want to see how it looks on my lips, see if I like it, see if I want to declutter it before I just throw it in the declutter pile. I just decluttered a good number of things today, just kind of on brutal instinct, just don't want it, don't want it, don't want to mess with it, don't even want to play with it. I almost did it to this, but I figured I would just, since I'm filming the video, I would go ahead and pull this in. This is the Michael Kors lipstick in the color Dame. And so this came with a perfume that I purchased my aunt for Christmas, and she didn't want this. It's so dark, but I don't think that it actually goes on the lips that dark. So, okay, maybe I'm wrong. So we'll see how that goes and see if I can get down with that. But if not, it's going for sure. The lipstick that I'm wearing today is the NYX Liquid Suede in the color Sand. I really, really enjoy this shade. I love the long wear properties to it. I love the doe foot applicator. I love that I can apply this to my lips, and even if it starts to fade away, I can just fill in the center of my lips, touch up just a little bit along the edge, and the part that drives me the most nuts about these liquid lipsticks, especially the darker ones or the more pigmented ones, is getting it perfect on your lip line. So once you do that once, unless it's completely gone, which most of the time it's not, you can just fill in the center of your lips and it's totally fine. I love that about these lipsticks, these liquid lipsticks. So I'm going to go ahead and keep using that. Weird lighting change. This is the last product, so I apologize about the lighting change, it won't be too much longer. This is the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in the color Backstage Bambi. This is my absolute favorite form of liquid lipstick, is the Kat Von D's, and it's funny because I only have 2 of these, but that being said, I really only have the NYX and this. So I guess it would be my favorite because I haven't tried a whole lot of other things, but I absolutely love it. So I think I will still continue to say that this is my absolute favorite. I don't find it to be too drying, but this isn't a review video. I wore this a couple times over the weekend, and even though it is super bright, I think it looks really, really great on the lips. Looks really great with my skin tone, and I don't think it looks that crazy on me as a bright lip color. So I am going to try and use this for the next 2 weeks. Long wear lipsticks are really, really important to me in my job because even though I wear a mask all day, and people don't really see my lipstick anyways, when I take a mask off and I'm in between cases, because I work in the operating room, when I'm in between cases, I still have the lipstick on. It doesn't come off on my mask. It doesn't rub off. It still looks good when I take a mask off. So I really, really enjoy wearing a long wear like matte lipstick or liquid lipstick like that. So sorry for all the rambling. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry for all the rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I really, really appreciate you guys. Please go ahead and check out my newest collab down below. Check out the ladies that are in that collab. And I'm not sure what my next video is going to be. I was just thinking today that I have a video that I think I filmed ages ago. It was the blush tag, and I'm not sure that I posted it on my channel, so if I did not, I might post that this week. Other than that, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to film next or what video is due on my channel, but I will have that up as soon as I possibly can. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.